This is the Dave Elliott Show.
And good morning, a little bit late, but here nonetheless. Thank you for hanging out there with us this morning on a Friday. I tell you what I did. I upgraded my streaming software yesterday, and I thought that was all I had to do, and it turned out I had to rejigger the whole darn thing. So at 10 minutes to 7 this morning, when I realized my problem, I didn't know how to fix it. So I went to YouTube and Google for help, and I got sent in circles. I was looking for a certain code that I couldn't find, and I finally said, well, I'll try another method, and that worked. And so 6 minutes late, we're on the air this morning. I thank you for spending a few minutes with us today. I promise you we're going to have a good conversation. Chelsea Murphy and her beloved Bobby are here with us this morning. You can unmute yourselves and say, good morning, guys.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, guys.
Oh, good morning, guys. Yeah, well, and the dog, by the way.
We've got Wheezy in the bedroom. Hopefully he's going to stay there. So.
Well, if not, we're an informal family, pet-loving place, so it certainly wouldn't hurt. We have two cats, Cinder and Ella. I think you've met them. If you haven't, that's because they're shy. And Cinder loves to climb around on the desk while I'm doing stuff. So almost every morning she comes in and walks around on the desk, steps on the keyboard, does all that kind of stuff. And finally, I have trained her that when I say down in an angry voice, she gets down.
She gets down. She gets down. Does she boogie woogie?
You know what they say about cats? You don't own cats. They own you.
Correct.
Cats don't have owners. They have agents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those deals. Anyway, how are you two this morning?
We're doing great. We're doing really good. We got up pretty early this morning. Couldn't sleep because I kept getting cold feet put on me. So, yeah, that was fun.
And whose cold feet would those be? Not the dogs, certainly.
That would be Bobby. Yeah.
I see.
That was the dogs. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, really. We're moving into beginning tomorrow, August, will be the wettest month of the year, at least traditionally.
Really?
The wettest month of the year.
Wow.
And it looks like beginning Monday, we're going to have rain every single day next week. We're talking 60% or greater. So that means that everybody may not get rain every day, but a good majority of the people are going to see rain.
Well, I know I've been ringing the lightning bell a lot out at the country club. So,
oh, have you really?
Yeah, about every afternoon. Just encouraging people to get out of the pool. We have a lot of visitors right now, and people don't realize how dangerous the lightning in Southwest Florida is. It is another level. I truly believe it.
Well, we had a guy on Fort Myers Beach that was killed by lightning not too long ago.
Correct. Was it like 4 was struck and 1 fatality?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. It's not funny. It is a true. It's a true thing to behold. You have to be cautious, and they say that if it's 10 miles out, it can be here within seconds.
If you have a storm that's 10 miles away, lightning can strike you from that storm, even at 10 miles away.
It's crazy.
It is. It's insane, to be sure. The prospects for not having to fill your pool, though, are very exciting for me because I don't like having to pay money to put water in my pool.
That's true.
I believe it should be Mother Nature to do that.
That feeds the pool.
Well, yeah. I mean, we pay our property taxes. So isn't Mother Nature supposed to? Isn't that part of the deal?
Yep, she gets paid from our property taxes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think so.
Mother Nature feeds it, and then we dump a bunch of chemicals in it to clean it up. So.
Well, I know that one of the main purposes for having you two crazy kids on the show with us on Friday morning is to kind of give a look at what's going on in the upcoming days in terms of entertainment, restaurants, and that kind of thing. So we're going to get into that in a little bit.
Sure.
One of the things that I think people don't take advantage of enough is staycations. You know, we've talked about this, Chelsea, you and I, before on the show.
We have.
And the fact is that there are lots of cool things you can do that are either right in our own backyard or are within a few hours or a day's drive of here. You could go up to St. Augustine, for example.
Which is one of our favorite places to
Love
go.
it up there.
I honestly have been there one time. It was there on business, and I was not overly thrilled with it because I don't know why. It was just like, oh, there's a bunch of old stuff.
We took a staycation there to go see a concert. You could speak to who we saw.
We went and seen some 80 relics, Bret Michaels and Tesla.
Oh, from Poison?
From Poison, yes. That's what got us up there. And then once we were there, like you're saying, all the old stuff, we did a tour of the jail that was been sitting there since 1908. There's a lighthouse that still functions that was erected in like 1575. And we just scratched the surface when we were up there, Dave.
Did you happen to run into any relatives of Ponce de Leon by any chance?
Well, we were going to try to find the fountain and go take a drink, but I think we already found the Fountain of Youth, and that's just smiling and being Generation X, I think.
That works.
and laughing. But we did do the ghost tour, so we
did a trolley ghost tour. That was a hoot.
What is a trolley ghost tour?
So so in St. Augustine, there's a trolley that goes around. You can get on it, and if you kind of like in the Keys where you can get on and get off, there's that tour. But this tour goes on at night. They have a gentleman on the trolley that kind of talks about where you're going. And as you go to like the Wax Museum. You walk through that at night after it's closed. Of course, the lights are all, blues and reds and things. And then they take you into the back where they talk about
the history of whatever ghost that,
they're talking about the executioner comes out. I mean, just not to do some spoilers, but there's some jump scares. It takes you to the jail. They actually lock you in one of the cells. That was just
it's a little
horrific.
Cheesy, but it's enjoyable.
We had a great time. We laughed. We had a good time with it.
And is it obviously it's popular? There were probably a lot of people.
Oh yes,
there's a tour every 10 minutes, and there's 5 trolleys running.
And there's a line of people waiting to get onto the next trolley. And this was out of season, wasn't it? When we went there, we weren't even in season.
It was fun though. It was a lot of fun.
So you could go to St. Augustine and do the ghost trolley tour.
Yep.
You could go, of course, to the theme parks, which we won't get into because I know you could talk for days about that.
For days, yep.
What is, obviously Disney is your favorite theme park. I'm just going to ask you, have you been to the Universal new theme park, the Epic Worlds?
We have not been to the Epic World. Every time we try to go up there, we end up staying longer in Disney.
Because you're a vacation club member.
And last time we had the parents with us.
Yeah.
So, but that is on our list of things to do.
Have you ever been to Legoland?
I have been to Legoland. I was there with my girlfriend, and I took her daughter. And
is that worth going to?
For little kids, I really think that it's a better starter park, if you will, because it's not so big, and they have a lot of things, tactile things for kids to play with, and the rides are not so big, and the lines are not so long. So, and like I said, I think it's a great starter park for. Well, I would
think the real starter park for Legoland would be to go to Disney Springs and go to the Lego store where they have that dragon in the water. In the lagoon and all
they've added so many new statues to that Legoland.
A lot of Star Wars statues.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's good. And then what about one time we were there, and I forget why. I think we were there for a volleyball tournament.
Okay.
And we had time on Sunday. We went to an indoor amusement park in Orlando. I can't remember the name of it. But they had like you could walk on these rope things, and they had you all strapped in. They had an indoor electric go-kart track that ran on 2 levels. They had all kinds of activities that you could do indoors. I guess in the event of rain, You know what I'm talking about? Have you ever been to that place?
I've heard of it,
Yeah.
but Dave, I've never been there. And it's in downtown Orlando area.
It's kind of downtownish.
Right, yeah.
It's not really in downtown Orlando because there are high rises and stuff
Right.
there.
In Disney Springs, and I haven't gone to it. Hopefully next time Bobby and I get up there, I can do a report on it, and then we can go into it. But there's a new indoor where the Disney video game, big Disney Quest, where Disney Quest used to be. There's a new indoor park that sounds very similar to what you're speaking of.
But it's part of the Disney properties.
But it's
now.
part of Disney. It's in Disney
I
Springs.
can't imagine they would let somebody get an advantage over them.
Right.
Right.
They'll say, "Oh, we see your little indoor park, and we'll raise you."
Exactly. Exactly.
Another staycation that we like to do, and I spoke about it, was go to Sarasota and go to the Ringling Museum, and that's beautiful. We went to the summer circus. It's still going on.
I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
The Clown College.
The Clown College is not at the same area, but it is.
You just muted yourself accidentally there, Chelsea. There you go. You're back.
I'm back. Don't.
How did you do that? Did you smack his hand?
Bobby.
Did
It's
you
Bobby's
smack
fault.
his hand?
No, he smacked me
Oh well,
on my
a
shoulder.
little domestic scuffle here.
It was a love tap. It wasn't really a smack. So
All right.
yeah.
Anyway, you were
Again,
saying.
Ybor City is another wonderful place to go for the day that you can drive back and forth.
Well,
I have
guess
been to
that's
Ybor City, especially if you like cigars. They have a lot of cigar shops and cigar rollers there, and there's great beer
Yes.
in Ybor City. They
They
have a lot of
a big
microbreweries.
microbrewery there. Mhm.
Yeah.
Cigar City, which is one of my favorite craft beers, is in Ybor City. And so fell in love with it. A distributor had brought it to the restaurant and said, "Hey, you want to try this Cigar City?" And that's when I was managing Burn. I said, "Absolutely." And he said, "Well, let's go. You want to go for a tour to the microbrewery?" And so we booked it and went. And what an experience that is. That's always fun to do. So
Well, we have
let's go to
we
microbreweries.
have our own microbreweries here in town. You have Bone Hook,
Yep.
for example. They have a microbrewery. I know there are others. There's some in Cape Coral. Isn't there a distillery in Cape Coral that makes vodka or whiskey or something?
We have Dolphin is in, I believe it's in Bonita Springs, Dolphin Vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know of Cape Coral, but I do know of Dolphin. We also have Rad. That's the new little winery.
That going off Corkscrew.
Or off Corkscrew in Fort Myers, and we've gone there. They always have live music and a food truck.
I
and you
can't
can get a
imagine
flight.
drinking a Florida wine. I can't see how that could.
Well, it's definitely sweet, fruit forward, So, but it's a nice time. You just go out. They have the big Adirondack chairs. Like I said, live music. They have little charcuterie boards you can get. It's a nice afternoon.
There's also
a town
an
of-
Ankro Lab down on Bayshore, right?
Yes.
So we do have our microbreweries here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you had your choice between Miami or Tampa for a staycation, where would you go?
Tampa.
Really?
Tampa, St. Pete area.
Because
yes.
because why?
Well, I would even go further and say St. Pete because it's got, you can do walking of arts and crafts, and everything is kind of right down in that central area of St. Pete. And then in the nighttime, there's so much nightlife, but it's quaint. And Miami just seems so big sometimes. And we're more classic rock and country, and Miami is just that scene where it's like the thumping music, where it's like
a lot of rapping.
Yeah, it's clubbing.
Yeah, it's
Well,
clubbing.
there is a place in Tampa that I'm remembering now. When we were there again for a volleyball tournament, it was an old ironworks thing, millwork or something.
Yeah.
And you go in there, and it's just loaded with restaurants and shops and all. You could literally get lost in the place.
And it's so quaint,
And it's by the
town,
water.
Yeah, and the town is beautiful. That's what I was gonna say. Everything is on the water. Again, downtown Tampa, St. Pete. You got that big, beautiful bridge.
Right, and you have that small venue where we went and seen, again, some 80 bands, and it sounds like it's in that strip that Dave was talking about with the restaurants, right next to
The big stadium.
the big Rays stadium.
And
Well, no,
it is. It's just beautiful.
this isn't near Tropicana Field. This is Tropicana Field is the Rays. Yeah.
Yes.
This is a kind of off by itself in I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's called the Millworks or something like that. Maybe somebody listening knows, and you can text me at 305-699-2665 because I just can't remember what the thing was. But it was terrific. We wound up having a great meal, sat outside as I recall, and it was just wonderful. Lots of parking. In fact, we had to walk, it seemed like a city block from our car to the facility. There were so many people there. But I that's just one example of why I tend to agree with you, Tampa over Miami.
Yeah. Now, if you want to go that way across the Alligator Alley, you've got Hollywood, Florida, which I enjoy. The Hard Rock Guitar Casino, yeah, the Guitar Hotel. It's like a little city in itself. You can go there, park in their parking garage for the day, shop, eat, catch a show, gamble if you want. But there's so much more to do than just the casino itself. I mean, it has one of the best steakhouses I've ever been to, and you can also go through their museum with all the Seminole Indian artifacts and different things. I mean, it's a beautiful, again, staycation, stay the night. Their pool is a award-winning pool, and it always has live music. It's massive, so there's always shade and cabanas that you can get. So that's always fun. So,
all right. Well, I thought it was interesting to note that you don't have to get on a plane and go to North Carolina or to New York City or Los Angeles. You can still do that if you want, but you can literally jump in the puddle jumper and in a matter of a couple of hours be someplace that will transport you to another time and place.
Not to mention all of our beautiful national parks and springs, mineral springs that we have in Florida. If you just did a tour of the mineral springs every weekend and get into a kayak, or some of them have tubing, and they're just absolutely beautiful. Crystal Springs is probably one of the most gorgeous places I've ever been to, and the water is crystal clear and cool, and it's just it's another great day trip.
Well, there's also Bonita Springs. They have the hot springs in Bonita Springs.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's still around or open, but there used to be a hotel, or maybe there still is, where you could go in and sit in a hot sulfur spring.
The Shangri-La used to have quite a few springs, and now I think they have one active one, but they have a mineral bath that's fed by the stream. It's not actually where you get into a natural water, body of water, but they do have a bath that's fed by the mineral springs.
Well, that leads me to my next question, and I think as a person who pampers herself, another community heard from...
That's Murphy.
What about me?
That's right. He hears us talking, and he's wanting to join the conversation. So,
is spas. Mm-hmm. You, I'm sure, have pampered yourself a time or two.
A time or two
at a spa. Do you have any local favorites? Have you ever been to the Salt Cave place?
I have. I used to do. They actually have They have yoga in the Salt Cave now. Oh. And we have two large salt caves now, one on Pine Ridge and one on Pine Ridge and one on 41 off Pine Ridge.
Yeah, the one on Pine Ridge is just south of, the one on 41 is just south of Pine Ridge, across from the Hilton.
Yes, yes.
I remember talking to the, I don't know if she's still the owner, but the owner at one time when I was doing my shows from the Hilton, from Shula's. And it seemed like a fascinating idea.
Yeah, and I used to go there quite a bit. My massage therapist was there when I had tweaked my neck, and it was amazing. So, and then I would sit in the salt room, salt cave is what she calls it, area afterwards, and it was amazing. The sea salt, not the sea salt, the Himalayan pink salt that detoxifies. Is that right?
Yeah, we actually have a couple of Himalayan pink salt lamps in our house.
Nice.
Have you ever seen those?
I
They have a light,
have.
and the heat
I
from the
have.
light bulb is supposed to, make them, I don't know, dissipate into the air.
Dissipate into the air and act as an air purifier.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yes.
so you can do all of that stuff, or we could go to the list that you have prepared of
Correct.
places and things to do that are of a more immediate nature.
Well, since we're talking about Bonita a little bit, I'm going to stick with that. Riverfest is this weekend.
Oh,
So it started Thursday evening, and it goes all the way through Monday. So we've got quite a few things going on. Friday they have the Fall View Face Off, and that's going to be at the Pat O'Reilly Memorial Stadium. The Riverfest Rodeo is at Bishop Falls Lions Club, and that's tomorrow or today, and it goes all the way through 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then on Saturday, there's quite a lot going on. You've got the River Rally, you've got the duck race, yoga on the boardwalk. There's all kinds of things going on, wings and washers. And then, of course, in downtown Bonita, you can just stroll, and all of the vendors, all of the restaurants, they're all doing special things, live entertainment everywhere. Now that we have the addition of Sugar Shack, it's
I was
just
going to
really...
say with Sugar Shack, it seems that downtown Bonita is coming into its own slowly but surely.
It really has. It's always been a beautiful, quaint area, and the river is, I think, on that old 41 is just that whole strip down there is just beautiful. And of course, going over the bridge and seeing the river on both sides. Sunday they have a luminary walk starting at 8:30, which is going to be on the boardwalk, which I think is going to be beautiful. I think it'll be breathtaking. And then of course you have the fireworks that are going to be on Monday night at 10 o'clock.
There are fireworks Monday night?
Yes.
What is that to celebrate? Just Monday?
That's the end of the river walk.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
the
It's to
celebration.
celebrate the end of the festival. And then they have the park there, and I think they're adding food trucks, did I hear?
I believe they are. I didn't read anything official about that, but I can imagine. I would imagine that around the big park there with the band shell and everything, that they would definitely have that.
Well, I'm a food truck fan. There's only one food truck. There are two. There's one food truck and one sort of, I don't know what you call him, mobile guy. Have you ever had Fire and Rice?
The paella guy?
The paella
of course,
guy. Oh,
of course.
man. Now there's a treat for you.
That's a staple.
And
if
then
you
over
see him, you gotta go.
And over at Celebration Park, they have I think they have 6 food trucks there. But they have one that's my favorite. It's the Greek food truck.
You like the Greek one?
I love Mediterranean food. I could eat it 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, no problem.
What's your favorite Mediterranean, like from that truck? Do you have a favorite dish?
I do. It's their Greek salad. It's just delicious. See, I like salad that is less lettuce and more tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, that kind of stuff.
The traditional preparation.
Not as much lettuce.
Yeah.
And I love the Greek dressing. And they also have, I think they're the ones that have the Greek pizza.
They do. They do.
That is piled high. Literally, it is such a plentiful pizza that you can't eat it
You can't. Yeah, exactly.
in polite company.
It's a perfect share.
It is.
It really is.
It's tremendous.
When
and-
we've gone in the past, we've bought that pizza. Like we go with a group, and the group will say, "Okay, Chels, just go get the best." And so I go to the different food trucks and bring things back, and we all share things. And that's definitely one of the dishes I was going to mention that we get.
I'm over the French fries places and the hamburger places. You can get hamburgers and French fries any place.
Have you eaten at the Gourmet Grilled Cheese guy? That's there.
He may be newer, maybe, since I was there the last time.
He's been there quite a while.
Okay, well, I guess I haven't.
I mean, if you're going for the Greek, you're gonna that's what you're gonna go for.
It's just it's my standby.
Sure.
I can always rely on them for good quality food.
I mean,
I'm sure everybody there does a great job.
He makes grilled cheese with all kinds of cheeses. He's got a brie, he's got a Havarti. I mean, it's just amazing. But believe it or not, my favorite thing from him is his Philly cheese steak. And he makes it his own way. I don't like all the onions and stuff because I don't want my tummy to get upset. So I just get the meat and the cheese. And, it's huge. It feeds at least 2 people for sure.
But you can't have a Philly cheesesteak without sautéed onions.
I know, but that's me. I can't do that.
Even if they're cooked and all the stuff has gone out of them.
It's just Bobby and I both have a thing about cooked onions. It's just we can eat them raw, but not.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's a texture thing. It is for me.
It might be.
So I mean, now I will saute onion. When I cook onions, when something calls for onions, I mince them so finely, and then I cook them way down so you don't even know that they're in the dish.
I see. Well, I like to have pieces of cooked onion that you can see.
There you go.
In when I make my vegetarian chili every year at Super Bowl time.
Yes.
I like the onion pieces to be visible. Of course, they've all turned red by the time the chili's done. But they're still there nonetheless.
That's right.
Hey, you guys, hold on a second. We're going to go pay a couple of bills, and we'll be back with Chelsea and Bobby and more Where to Go, What to Do right after this.
You've got Dave Elliott.
Hello, this is Melissa Blazier, your Collier County Supervisor of Elections, with an important message about the primary election. All vote-by-mail ballot requests from previous years have expired, and voters who wish to vote by mail in 2026 must renew their request. The deadline to request a ballot for this upcoming election is 5 p.m. on August 6th. Please visit colliervotes.gov or call 239-252-8683, 239-252-8683 to request your ballot today.
And a minute out for Alice Sweetwaters. It's sizzling summer out there. You can tell just by looking at the steam on the windows in the morning. But Alice Sweetwaters has summer sizzling lunch specials just for you every day from 11 to 4. Mondays, the Smash Burger Beach Break for $12. Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday for $12. Wednesday, the Dockside Duo, which is my favorite. 3 chicken fingers, 3 fried shrimp served with golden fries, $12. And Thursday, the classic French dip. You'll love it. Don't forget Fridays, the local catch lunch. And don't forget Alice Sweetwaters for dinner and snacks and everything in between. It's Alice Sweetwaters, my favorite place to eat, and yours too, I'm sure, at the corner of Glades Boulevard and Airport Road, diagonally across from the East Naples Home Depot. Alice Sweetwaters, where they serve crabs, shrimps, and big people.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
He's not really old. He's 45, plus shipping and handling. Dave Elliott.
All right, thank you for hanging out with us this morning. It is 7:37. If you look at the screen, you'll see that. If you don't look at the screen, it doesn't matter because we're not showing you pictures of anybody. Although I did have a request the other day to get a shot of me, and I thought that I didn't have my camera set up, but it turns out that instead of having my camera not set up, I had the little lid on the camera closed, so you couldn't see me. Here we are. I'm going to wave to you this morning. Hi, here I am. You see me? You can see the windows behind me. It's all bright out there, and I have on my beautiful Hawaiian shirt, so there we go. That was me. Just to let you know I'm live and in person this morning. By the way, connect with me on Instagram at The Dave Elliott Show and on Facebook at the same place. I'll be posting the impossible question on Instagram when I get off the air today. We have had major response to our impossible question on Instagram. We're also going to play the IQ this morning here at about 8:40, and somebody's going to win a $25 gift certificate to Alice Sweetwater's. How about them apples, kids? So Chelsea,
anytime you can get anything at Alice Sweetwater's, you're a winner.
Yeah, I know you've eaten there many times. We've had lunch there before, and
yes,
it's such a relaxing, nice atmosphere, and the food is always reliably good. I think in the 30 years I've been eating there, 30 years I've been eating at that restaurant.
Wow.
I've maybe had one meal that I had to send back, and that was only because it just wasn't warm enough. That was it. One in 30 years. And it wasn't recent. It was a while back.
That's an amazing record. That's
yeah,
awesome.
It truly is. So, what else is going on?
Well, I wanted to just finish up on Riverfest because...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
No worries. So I talked about the Luminary Walk on Sunday. There's actual boat parade and fireworks on Monday. So starting at 8 o'clock, and it goes and the fireworks are at 10. So that'll be fun. And this is all to also help kick off, the end of summer and back to school for the kids, even though it's extremely still hot in Florida. But
well, and it's Midwesterners originally, which you and I both are.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Summer didn't end until Labor Day because school never started until after Labor Day, at least in the Midwest or wherever you came from. Now down here, school starts a week from Monday.
I know it's
summer is just in its peak.
I feel like everything is flying by this year. It's just going so fast.
I agree with you. And that's a function of getting older, by the way.
Yeah.
I can't get over how quickly a week goes by for me. It seems like it's Monday and then all of a sudden it's Friday.
It's Friday, yeah.
I'm not complaining, except that there doesn't seem to be enough time to do everything I want to do.
Isn't that the truth?
Well, I might point out that it is important that I take a nap every day.
Well, you have to take the nap.
So I do have my priorities.
And that's a good one. It
is a good one. All right. So
the last thing I want to mention about Riverfest is they have a duck race, and that is benefiting the BERT Association, which is the Bonita Estero Rail Trail. Say that 5 times fast. It's a transformational 180-acre open space with multi-use trail, creating safer, healthier environment and more connected community. So it's the trail that goes under the bridge for the river, and it's just, so there's a bike trail, there's a walking trail, there's a dog park, there's all kinds of amazing open space that Bonita is trying to cultivate, and the association is called BERT. And so the duck race, you can buy your ducks. You can buy them at Ceremony Brewing in Bonita Springs, Chartreuse, Heaven Sent Flowers, and at the Shangri-La Hotel. That's where you can go get your ducks and put them in on Saturday. So that'll be a lot of fun too.
And I think there's something that's really important about this, and that is that you don't have to put your ducks in a row.
In a row, no. You can just throw them in if you want.
Yeah.
All willy-nilly.
I think he was a country singer, wasn't he? Willie.
That was Willie Nelson. But
Oh,
yeah.
Willie Nilly. Yeah, that's it. Millie Vanilli is who I was
Milli
thinking of.
Vanilli.
Milli Vanilli.
They were the great lip sync artists, right?
Well, yeah, they got caught lip syncing, and that was pretty much the end of their careers. And one of them, I don't know if it was Millie or Vanilli, was supposed to have been performing at that big non-existent 250th birthday party that was being thrown in D.C. The one that
Really?
didn't happen.
Mm.
I don't know
lip-
which one. It was one of those two. And now
It was
why?
lip synced in.
Why, to be honest with you, Milli Vanilli was even considered is beyond me, because they're a footnote in rock and roll history from what I can tell.
They really were. When you look back in time, everybody knew about Milli Vanilli. So
I guess.
it was funny. Bobby and I were talking about how we were connected when we were kids to the same cartoons, the same programming, because we didn't have the streaming services that we have now. So when something happened and made national news, everybody knew about it. And everybody, when we watched Seinfeld, we all watched Friends, because those were the programs and those were kind of what shaped our nation, when you think about it, and the key phrases that we say from Seinfeld,
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about. And then nowadays you have Netflix, you have Apple TV, you have all these streaming things that happen, and our memories are a lot the same from California to New York, across the to Chicago to Houston, because we were all watching the same programming. And nowadays, that connection, I feel, is kind of lost.
Well, one of the things that's happened is we've gotten so many choices now. Anything that goes viral. And if it doesn't go viral, the chances are you haven't seen it. I think a lot of people watch stuff on streaming because somebody tells them about it.
Yeah, the TikTok, the Facebook, that kind of stuff. But, we were talking about, we all sat and watched the Challenger, go up when we were kids. And that was something that they brought into the classrooms even.
Right.
Just iconic memories that you have from television. We all have the same ones because we all were watching the same 10 channels.
Remember must-see TV on Thursday nights? It was Cheers and I forget Friends.
The Cosby Show,
Cosby,
Friends. I mean, yeah. It was, and those were the things that, like I said, we all grew up watching, and that was, like I said, all the same channels, the same times.
It was a shared cultural experience.
There you go.
We don't get that much. My daughter turned us on to a mini series. It was I think it's a limited series, and I don't think they're going to be a part 2 because they solved the crime, called I Will Find You.
I'm in the middle of it, so.
Well, I won't spoil it for you. It's only 8 episodes, and you do get an end. There is a conclusion.
That's good.
I'll leave it there.
It doesn't. And we're also watching House of Dragons. So
I'm not big into fantasy stuff.
Okay.
Other than in my own life, where I'm still in denial about just about everything.
I don't know.
Well,
a little bit of denial never hurt anyone.
Little armchair psychology there.
Yep.
All right, so we talked about Riverfest.
Yep.
What else?
We've also got the Naples Therapeutic Writing Center. They're doing a big event this weekend, and it is. I've listed all of these events on my Facebook page, which is Live Live, spelled Live.
It could be Live Live.
Live Live.
It could be
Live,
Live, or it could be Live Live.
However you wanna go.
Or Live a.
Live. So they're doing they said calling all line dancers, country music lovers, EDM fans, electronic dance music.
Yeah.
So they're having a DJ out there, and they're calling it the Electric hoedown, a one-of-a-kind experience. So they're going to be doing line dancing. They're going to just have regular dancing. They're going to have headphones as well, so that they don't scare the horses. So,
yeah. Scare the horses.
And that's August 1st, which is tomorrow, from 6 to 9. And they're asking for a $50 donation for the entry. But that's fun. You can dress up in your best boots and hats and favorite jeans and just go out and have fun and enjoy some live music, some refreshments, and give to a great local charity. I don't know if you've ever been out to the Therapeutic Riding Center, but they sponsor a lot of kids to come out and ride that are autistic or have disabilities, and as part of their therapy, and they take care of the cost as well.
I'm not sure. Are we allowed to even say "hoe down" on YouTube? I don't know.
Well, we can say anything now, right?
I guess we can, pretty much. We won't.
Correct.
But we could.
But we can.
It shows you our great self-restraint.
We don't have somebody with the finger on the button, right? It's like
exactly. Anymore. I don't have to go into those meetings after the show. Why did you say hoe down?
Hoe down. I think you like saying it too.
Well, it's spelled HOE as in the gardening implement.
Correct. I wonder where that term came from.
I can tell you where it came from.
Please.
You put the hoe down to have a good time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You stop the work.
You stop the work. It's a time for pleasure. Yeah, that's where a hoe down came from. How about that?
I love that.
And I could be completely wrong. I just made that up.
Oh, you did? Oh, great. Here I am, like hook, line, and sinker right there.
But I would argue that the etymology of that word...
euphemism.
I'll tell you what, while you're talking, you go ahead and finish up, and I'll look up what hoedown really means.
Okay. So something else that's fun, that it's going to be for next weekend, but I wanted to bring attention to it, is the Gulf Coast Town Center is doing free concerts in the courtyard. And next week, the 7th, is going to be, it's 7 to 9. And again, it's the last Friday of the month, or the first Friday of the month, and it's going to be an Elvis impersonator. And you know me, I'm a big Elvis fan. We go to see Elvis impersonators whenever we can. Yeah. So
remember Joe Marino?
I'm sorry?
Local Elvis impersonator, Joe Marino from
Very
Marco
good,
Island.
very good.
Yeah, he was great.
Always fun. But these are really cool because they're going to be in their courtyard. So take your... and I don't know if you've ever been to Gulf Coast Town Center, but it's got a beautiful lawn, and the courtyard is very nice. It's right in there by the movie theater, where the movie theater used to be, and it's now just the courtyard area. But they have great restaurants up there. They have a really nice Tommy Bahama's that's more of like a patio restaurant. You go up to the bar and you order like appetizers, small plates, and drinks, and just a really nice area to go to. It's chill, and the courtyard is always beautiful. It's lit up with Edison lights in the evening, and it's going to be really fun. And then next month is September is going to be Queen, so that'll be another one to look forward to. But that's at the Gulf Coast Town Center.
Well, that's kind of cool. They're doing that stuff.
Yeah, I think so. It just draws some local, give back to the locals a little bit, because during season it's so packed that if you try to go to these things, you have to be there 3 hours early, to even get your spot. But this I think is a really nice summer concert series that they're doing for free. First Friday at Gulf Coast Town Center.
The very first Tommy Bahama in the world was right here in Naples.
In Naples,
the restaurant.
Yeah.
Put together by the late Jerry Alajajian.
Big JJ, yeah.
One of the most beloved restaurateurs in the area, I would say.
For sure. I loved him. I got to work with him side by side on a couple of really cool projects. The Gypsy still lives on in his memory.
Island Gypsy Cafe on Isles of Capri.
Yep.
And Hogfish Harry's.
I believe Hogfish Harry's was just acquired by Phelan family.
Really?
So, yep.
Well, you've got some hot news.
I don't know if that for sure. So don't. I'm pretty sure it is, because I think I saw it in their marketing, and I was like, oh, Hogfish Harry's is with Phelan now. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure it is. We'll have to, when Tim's on, ask him about it.
I will ask him about that, because he'll know the answer.
But I know that the Phelan family has the carrot cake recipe. That was Jerry's famous carrot cake. So I'm pretty sure that that's how they got it. Because when we go to the
Island
Gypsy, we always get the carrot cake. And if you're a fan of carrot cake, this is the carrot cake to get.
If you've never been to Island Gypsy, it's well worth your trip because first of all, it's outdoor dining.
Mm-hmm.
They have it's covered, but I mean, there's like a what would you call it? A canopy over it.
Yeah, and now they also have the misters going, so that's always nice.
Very pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah, and another staycation day, right? Go down, take the trip down to the Island Gypsy, get some nice, fresh seafood from Florida local seafood. My parents go there quite a bit. They love it. My dad loves all the fresh fish that they have, and my mom always gets the shrimp. She says it's the best shrimp anywhere she's ever had.
All right, so here's the deal with hoedown.
Yes.
The word hoedown originated in the southern United States around 1835 to 1845, combining the words, are you ready for this? Hoe and down. It originally described a noisy, lively dance held after farm workers finished working in the fields and put their farm hoes down.
So you
I
were
got
right.
it right.
Look at you. Look at
Woohoo!
Woo-woo. See there, Dave? You probably knew this in another life, right? And then you just retained it, and you're good to go.
Well, everybody knows what a fabulous dancer I am, so I'm sure that's why.
Hey, you do that sway like no one. I mean, you got that sway down.
I dance like I'm having spasms. Remember Elaine on Seinfeld doing that crazy? Yeah. I don't dance as well as her. It just gives you some idea.
Another iconic, thing that we remember because we all watched the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know what my favorite line is from Seinfeld?
Tell me.
When Kramer walks in the room, throws his thing on the table and says, "I'm out."
I'm out.
I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. You have to
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You have to look at it. They actually were talking about something that they were withholding from doing, and they never once mentioned by name what it was, but it was quite obvious what they were talking about. It was network TV in the 80s. They couldn't do that.
And he didn't even make it a day.
No, Kramer didn't even. I'm out. Wasn't that the episode that JFK Jr. was mentioned in that Elaine claimed she slept with him or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Bobby is the aficionado of all things Seinfeld, and he had stepped out to calm the dogs because they were having a little bit of a conniption fit. But
my young nephews who are in their late teens, early 20s, became addicted to reruns of The Office.
Oh my gosh.
And they would like during the summertime when they were working on the beach in New Jersey at Long Beach Island, they would come home on lunch hour and turn on the channel that had The Office reruns on and just sit there and watch The Office until they had to go back to work.
The chemistry of all those actors. I mean, my two favorite are Phyllis. I love Phyllis. And of course, Dwight Schrute, who is the zany beet farmer.
See, I was sort of a Creed Batten guy.
Okay.
Creed Batten played a fictional version of himself on this show. Now, I don't know if you know who Creed Batten was in life, but he was actually a singer with the band The Grassroots from the 70s.
Creed was a singer.
He was with the band. Gosh. Yeah, he was part of the band. And so they created this fictional version of him working in Scranton at Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. Honest
a great
to God,
show.
You can't make this stuff up.
My favorite Creed episode is when they're trying to figure out what everybody wants for birthday cake, and he's like, "I'll take peach cobbler." And so they have an ice cream cake, they have a buttercream cake, they have a cake that doesn't have any, chocolate in it, and then there's Creed sitting there with a casserole dish of peach cobbler, and the way he's just slurping that peach cobbler, it's just so cringe, but it's so perfect.
I think that show is brilliant.
It is. It's brilliant.
Have you seen the offshoot of that called The Paper?
I started watching it, but I just couldn't get there, because I'm
the
waiting
same way.
I was waiting for the chemistry between the characters. Like, I mean, The Office, I love The Office UK as well, but it's just not like The Office that we had from Scranton,
Well,
And again, it's all relatability too.
Once Steve Carell left, it was pretty much over. All right, we got time for a few more.
Okay, so we've got, I'm going to try to pronounce this. It's out at the Calusa Nature Center Planetarium. And Bobby and I went to this last year, and it's breathtaking. And it's, like I said, it's in the planetarium. So you sit back in the seats and you watch this projection, and it's called Beautifica. And it's about America. But it has like Beautifica. Yeah. And it's a projection on the set to music that's all around you. You're completely immersed. I mean, if you just sit there, I felt like I was flying, and then there were times I felt like I was floating weightless, and then you see the beautiful scenery, and then it goes into this kaleidoscope kind of view, and it's amazing. And I can't say enough about it. We just had a wonderful time, and it's very relaxing. It's one of those things where you can just go and kind of lose yourself for about 45 minutes.
Sounds like our version of the Sphere.
Yes.
In Las Vegas, except it's a planetarium, which many people are familiar with, of course.
And if you haven't been out to the Calusa Nature Center, that's a thing that I think everybody in Southwest Florida should make the trip and see at least once, because it's really a beautiful little area. The grounds are beautiful. The planetarium is amazing. They have all kinds of activities in there throughout the year. But this is going on right now, and like I said, it's that 360 kind of view of, I'm talking with my hand, so I hit the microphone. I apologize.
I didn't hear it.
But it's beautiful. And I also put a coupon code up on the Live Live Facebook, and it gives you 10% off and 12% off for seniors. So
super. Yeah. Well, listen, it's hard to believe that an hour has gone by, almost an hour. We were 5 minutes late starting because of a screw up on my part. But I want to thank you and Bobby and the kids.
Can I mention one more thing that I think everybody would really like?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's in Fort Myers. It's at the Ranch Concert Hall. It's tomorrow night. It is called the Bingo Loco, and it's something that is touring the nation. It is bingo set. It's high energy. So it's an immersive experience. It blends bingo and music. There's dance off. There's confetti showers.
Wow.
There's smoke machines. Prizes are crazy, and some of them are really. At one of them, I heard that people were winning iPads. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's $40 to get in. It starts at 8:30. Doors open at 7. I would call the ranch and see if you can get advance tickets, because it will sell out. So if you're in the mood to go do something fun and high energy, that's going to be at the ranch tomorrow night.
In Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to get in touch with you or give you items to put on the show, how do they do that?
Always at Live Live, and that's on Facebook. So it's Live Live. Just put in Live, Live, and it pops right up.
Okay.
You'll see the microphone on there from the radio, and you can always message me any events that you have.
All right. Thank you, Chelsea.
All right. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure. We'll talk to you again next week.
Have a good one. Say bye, Bobby.
Too.
Bye, Bobby.
Bye, Bobby. All right, guys.
He's been the dog wrangler.
You got it.
Dogs on parade.
All right. I'm sorry. What was, say that again? I cut you off. What was that?
He said it's dogs on parade, and I said, have a good weekend, Dave.
You too. We'll talk to you again soon. Coming up, we're going to have a conversation with former Naples Mayor Bill Barnett right here on The Dave Elliott Show.
You've got Dave Elliott.
I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about your hearing, and especially if you are experiencing hearing problems or you've noticed recently that your hearing just isn't as acute as it used to be. Well, the folks at Naples Audiology and Hearing Center can take care of that for you. My friend, audiologist and owner Christine Peacock, and her entire staff are dedicated to one thing and one thing only. And no, it's not the freshly baked chocolate chip cookies you'll find every day when you walk in, but it's your hearing. If you wear cochlear implants, they can help you with that. If you wear hearing aids, they can help you tune them up or get them repaired if they're under warranty, or if you need to be replacing them, they can help you with that too. At Naples Audiology and Hearing Center, they are the experts. They've been around a long time, and it's not this one-size-fits-all thing with them, because everybody's hearing concerns are unique. Naples Audiology and Hearing Center, online at napleshearingcenter.com, or call them at 239-482-5500. 434-2434 and tell them you heard about it on the Dave Elliott Show.
When I smoke weed, I get lost in the music. I like to isolate each instrument. The rhythmic bass, the harmonies on the piano, the sticky melody.
Hey, careful, babe. There's someone crossing the street.
Sorry, I didn't see him there.
If you feel different, you drive different. Don't drive high. It's dangerous and illegal everywhere. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
He's reached that age where his brain goes, you probably shouldn't say that, to, I can't wait to see where this goes. Dave Elliott.
Thank you very much, and I'm glad you could spend some time with us on this Friday morning. Today is the last day of the month of July. Tomorrow we begin the wettest month of the year, and that, of course, is August. If you haven't noticed, it's a little bit drippy out there in some spots right now. I guess we had a little rain roll through the area earlier this morning. Coming up in the next hour, we're going to be playing the impossible question, and we'll give you a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to Alice Sweetwater's. But first, I want to welcome back to the show our good friend. I've known this man for 30 years, Bill Barnett, the former mayor of the city of Naples. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Nice to hear your voice.
Nice to hear your voice.
Well, thank you.
You know, I was reminiscing a little bit with some people the other day, and we were talking about the Naples of 1994 when I first came here. You've been here since the 70s.
Right.
And so for all intents and purposes, you're practically a native. But
yeah, almost.
We were reminiscing about how in 1994, in March of that year, I was staying at the Days Inn up by the toll gate plaza there, that little strip where where everything is now. And it would take me 20 minutes to go the 7 miles from there to Tower Road, where I worked at the cable company.
Right.
It would take me 20 minutes because it was one lane each way. Remember that, 951?
Sure, I do.
And it was trees on both sides of the road. There was a swale on the east side of the road. And there was nothing but construction traffic as far as the eye could see. How far we have come since then.
Yeah, but the construction traffic has just moved to a different spot.
It has. And, every time I just leased a new vehicle, and every time I lease a vehicle, within the first month, I run over a nail. It has happened for the last 3 cars I've had. So I'm waiting for that to happen now.
Oh, I was going to say, so, and this was no exception.
It's no
exception.
We don't know. When we talked last time a couple of weeks ago, we just were talking about things. There is of course a legal development where the current mayor, Teresa Heitman, went before a judge on Monday to ask for permission to be able to travel outside of Collier County as part of her probation under the DUI that she received a couple of years ago.
Right.
I'm sure she was as surprised as anybody to find out that the judge wasn't having it. Not only that, but he wanted her to go to jail for 10 days. What do you make of all this?
Well, she had it coming. I mean, I can't be any more direct than that. This thing has been going on for 2 years, and people have said to me now, why didn't you just take her medicine? She was guilty as hell, and get it over with. But she kept saying no. Starting off at the early stage of this fiasco, by saying she had one glass of wine. And it just went from there. It grew and grew and grew. But I mean, if she told the truth, she was 2 times over the legal limit, and gone with that. But no, she fought it all the way, and that's what happened. And then I think she honestly believed that she was going to just get off with a slap on the wrist, and but Judge Crown wasn't having any part of that, like you said. And
should she resign?
You know what? That's the question of the day.
Well, let me make it easy for you. Yes, she should. I think
should
she should.
Should she? I'm
she?
sorry.
Should she?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's an embarrassment to the city.
But the second part of that is, will she?
I agree with you.
Yeah, that's the more, that's the question. And she still has some of her cronies from this Naples Watch group down there, the old Naples Association, et cetera, that are still supporting her, and they'll say, "Oh no, they got it all wrong," and everything else. So, but and are going to be feeding her to stay on. And I honestly don't know. Everybody's saying, well, the governor could do this and that and the other thing. I'm not so sure what the governor can do or can't do. And I think the bottom line for me is that city council has to, let me put it in a nice way. They have got to, they're on vacation, and when they come back, they have got to, somebody on that council has got to bring up and have a vote of no confidence if they want her gone. That is going to be the only way I see it that she would resign.
But you've got 6 other council members who so far have not only not done that, but they haven't really spoken out and said, this is not appropriate behavior for the leader of a city of the type of the city of Naples. Nobody that I'm aware of has made a public statement of, censure or disapproval. They're just pretending like, oh, well, this is normal behavior. I mean, come on.
Well, that has changed because the final hammer hadn't come down. And so, you could use the excuse, well, they were waiting for that. But then again, they could have been waiting to see what the final outcome was going to be. Now that the final outcome has happened, now is the time, if they're going to do it at all when they come back from vacation, they better do it. And I've talked to a lot of people have asked me, and I've talked to a lot of people, and that's my bottom line thought. I don't think you're going to see it from the outside. I think it's got to come from within council, and I think they have to do it. And you're right. There hasn't been they just go about it like business as usual. Well, that might have been good up till her last court date a couple of days ago, Monday. But I don't think that's good anymore. But you will find out in a hurry whether somebody is going to step up to the plate like a big boy or girl and say, want to make a motion for a vote of no confidence for Hyman.
Well, do you have any thoughts on why nobody has spoken up yet?
I think because of what partially because of what I just said, it was ongoing.
Well, okay? I know, but I mean,
there hadn't been a final decision yet. The judge.
but she had been she wasn't she was convicted of drunk driving. She pled no contest, but the court entered a guilty plea on her behalf, right?
Right.
Correct. So
But
there was a conviction on the record, and it was the body cam leaves no doubt about what was going on that night.
Yeah, no, true. We're there. There's no debate about that at all. But I think, once again, I think if I were on counsel, they were still waiting for that final decision from the court. Okay, yeah, she was convicted and what have you, but there wasn't any. There was really not much of a penalty, and this was the final blow on Monday. And I think if it's going to happen, now is the time to do it. I just don't know who on that council would do it, is the next question. They should all want to do it. No doubt about it. I mean, Dave, not only has has she made a mess out of the city, but our reputation, and that's a big thing. We're known, as you well know, after all these years, Naples is known for not only a beautiful city, but one that's been well run, has developed well, etc. And she is just about, she has just put nails through all that. I mean, she's just ruined the city's reputation, and continues because people are making a joke out of it. I mean, you've seen this thing has been on national news, for crying out loud. And so, you hear the snide remarks and the remarks about, you got the mayor that's doing some weekend jail time, and it's on the sheriff's work list. Where's she going to be picking up stuff this weekend? It certainly wasn't good for the city of Naples.
And had this behavior been noted in prior years, when, like, for example, when you were on the council?
No. I mean, we just didn't have any. We've had some good debates and everything, but nothing like this. I mean, nobody that I know on council, other than, Sam Saad had an issue, and I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, yeah, he was driving 60 miles an hour down Goodlet Road on his Cadillac.
Yeah.
And that was the big scandal of the day.
Right, and we had some laughs on that, including him, and so, but other than that, I mean, there really and truly hasn't been anything. So this is interesting, but I think we'll know within. Well, I don't know when council comes back. I guess pretty soon. I guess they come back in August sometime. I guess when they come back, we're going to find out. Now, you want to take it a step further. Who or whom do you think would be a either temporary replacement for her before they would have an election, or anybody in mind? Or have you heard anything?
I have heard nothing other than that it might be the vice mayor who would take over in the event that the governor doesn't remove her and appoint somebody.
Right. Correct. But let's. I have heard that. Well, there's been some word around that if we're having an election, that Kathleen Pasadomo might very well run for mayor, and I would love that. I would love to see that, because
she's done very good work on behalf of the citizens of Naples as a state senator and a state rep before that.
Exactly. And I talk to Gary Price all the time. He's my friend, and he's a good guy and a hard worker. And he took a bad beat there, 22 votes, at the last election. And I'm not so sure he's overly excited about it, but I think if the right people spoke to him, he might consider it. And again, I don't know if Ted Blankenship would stay in the hunt, and I'm sure he would. He ran for it last time, and actually took it away from Gary because he was so many people had said to him, "Don't do this." Alfie Oakes had gotten a hold of him and put him in with their group, and we all said, Ted, you could wait out another 4 years, you get your council seat back, and then run from there. But no, he had to do it, and that's what split the votes up. So who knows? I mean, that will come in time.
We may be putting the cart a little bit before the horse with that one.
Correct.
Because we don't know what's going to happen, whether she will be censured or be, a vote of no confidence taken. And from what I've seen, I would be surprised if a vote of no confidence would have any effect on a decision that she might make.
Yeah, that's just her, and that's her nature. She'll think it's just, well, okay, it's done, and she's telling people that it was all wrong, and that the court was wrong, and she was wronged, and it was a bad deal, and whatever, and she'll go on doing that. You're not going to convince her to say, yeah, I screwed it up, and I'm sorry, and whatever. The sorries are easy. So, so who knows? But we'll find out.
Before you owned your famous Barnett Bank,
yeah.
Back when I came here in '94, that was the dominant bank in town. Was Barnett Bank.
Right?
No relation, by the way.
No
you
relation.
Started in city government in what, 1988? 1984. You were on council numerous times. You've been mayor twice.
I was mayor 4 times.
4 times, but that's true. But I was thinking there was a break in between terms 2 and 3, right?
Right.
You were elected and then reelected, then you went to city council, then you got elected and reelected again.
Yeah, something like that.
Sort of like that.
Yeah.
In your time as mayor, from 84 to, when was it, 2006?
From 8004 till 2020.
All right, 2020. See, time has flown so fast for me.
Yeah.
That what would you say the city of Naples had accomplished during that 30-some years?
Well, there's just, Dave, if you just look at the city, I mean, you'd have to have someone like yourself who's been there since the 80s or 90s or 70s like we have been to see what it was and what it is and how the development went and how the city grew. But I can only go back to the very beginning and tell you that the council people that I served with from the beginning. Now, these are the mayor and 5 other council people, and then myself. So made up of that council when I was elected in '84. And I can tell you the most important thing. First of all, they all had careers. They were finished with their careers. They had a lot of knowledge. And the second and most important part was they knew what they didn't want Naples to be, and that was the marker that we went by, and they were my mentors and instructors, and we just took it from there. They didn't want signs all over the city, and we were just learning on zoning, the beginning of the zoning, and they absolutely had a plan. And so that plan really and truly grew from 1984 and maybe a little before that to what it is today. I mean, from Baker Park, where we are now, and how beautiful it turned out, to some of being
the Gordon River Bridge. The often talked about but never executed second Gordon River Bridge.
Right.
The reason that it was never executed is nobody could figure out where the hell to put it.
Yeah, they were talking about Central Avenue. I remember that was the last one.
Which would have put it right through Baker Park.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just so many things and so much, and and then you look at it today and you say, wow, has it grown too big for us, for some people? And people say that, oh, it's too big. It takes us 20 minutes to get from one end to the other during season. The traffic is horrendous, but I would say, with all due respect, when I was on council, and even now, nothing to do with the mayor or anything else, that the city engineering department and the traffic engineers, I mean, they have used every tool that has been available to them to make it so that the traffic would move. And unfortunately, the growth has just outdone that, and now you have you have roads where, I mean, you have places where they can't build roads. So it's going to take you, if you live out on Immokalee Way or out on Immokalee Road and some of the developments out there, and you want to go in. I know there's a lot of hygienists and doctor's office workers and people. It takes them 45 minutes to get into downtown Naples in the mornings.
But you see, that isn't a Naples city problem, because the city of Naples is a finite set of boundaries and about 19,000 permanent residents. So the city of Naples is a part of the growth of Collier County, or Greater Naples, as I guess people would call it.
Right.
And my thinking is that if without tourism, and I know you understand the idea, the concept of smart tourism. Without tourism, we would not have near the amenities that we have even now in July and August, when the sidewalks used to roll up and unroll back in November.
Right.
We don't have that now. We have a 4-season economy for the most part. We have 304, I forget how many thousand people live in the county now, maybe 400,000.
Right.
And we are becoming a major metropolitan area, not because of the city so much as just the fact that everybody wants to move near here.
True. And that's getting more and more difficult as we speak, and that.
Yep.
You want a plumber or an electrician or what have you, and I tell people this and have said it all along. If you ask people, if you say to them, what do you think the biggest problem is, and they're going to tell you growth. All right, but more than that, or equal to, is the fact of where's the labor coming from? Okay, you're going to have electricians driving down from Cape Coral, from way out in East Naples, of Immokalee, from places that are a long ways away, and it's going to take them a lot of time, and you're going to be paying for that. And I think that most likely is probably one of the key factors to look down the road in the future and realize that. That's all. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. All right. But people need places to live. And no matter how they build, and I give the county credit for some of the projects that they have on the drawing board and that they're going to actually do. Yeah, I think that's great. But once again, it's just a matter of time. But I won't have to worry about that. I mean, it's down the road a ways, but it's coming.
Well, I think the focus maybe ought to shift on the part of people who are lamenting, what used to be and what is now, for example. Yeah. I think the focus should shift to a regional focus. We have a number of challenges here, which are not, by the way, unique to Naples. We have affordable housing problems. We have serious problems with affordability.
Right.
We have infrastructure needs that can't possibly ever catch up with the growth that we're seeing now. It's always going to be
true,
lagging, largely due to budget, but also due to the fact that it just takes a lot of planning to get that done. We have challenges with education. Not in a bad way. I mean, if you look at the recent report card for the Collier County Public Schools, they were named an A district again.
Right.
But we still have
again.
challenges with all these things because it's the charter schools. I'm not a big charter school fan, I have to tell you. I was a product of public education.
Right.
And I think public education is just fine, and I have no problem with it at all. I respect the right of people to be able to make a choice and send their kids where they want to go. But as more and more charter schools open, more and more elementary schools that were recently built or have been built in the past are going to wind up being abandoned or not used or sold or torn down.
Well, yeah, they'll make them into something.
They'll make it into 50,000 students in Collier County Public Schools right now.
Right.
And we are just playing catch-up ball here all the way. By the way, like probably Buffalo, New York.
my other hometown.
Your other hometown. Or Traverse City, Michigan, my other hometown. Or Dubuque, Iowa. Or Santa Barbara, California. I'm sure we're not unique in that regard.
Right.
But what I wonder about is there a vision for accommodating the people who want to come here and still making happy the people who already are here?
That might be a vision out there, but I don't know of it.
Yeah.
I think that for the most part, you have people that enjoy their lives here, which is a great thing, and that are still coming here, which is still a great thing. I mean, let's face it, growth is just not going to stop, and the idea is, you can manage it, and I think they've been doing a decent job of that. But there's so much going on, Dave. Know that you just can't name them all. But the biggest thing, as I say, is we started off with the Heitman thing this morning, and have moved on from that. But I think that the people in the city of Naples, in the city now, I'm not talking about the county, I think people in the city are a little bit upset, going back to her. But that too will pass.
It will.
I mean, and the other conversation and things that we've talked about are the ones that are happening today, and solutions are found. And as I say, the traffic, the workers, the average citizen, who I have always said this to you, and this goes back, I can't tell you how many years. You said to me, well, what was the average citizen? The average citizen, I would be willing to bet you that we could pick a random street in the city of Naples, go knock on the doors, and ask the person that answered, can you name who the mayor is? Do you know anything about the city council, whatever? And they wouldn't know. Okay. And then, on top of that, I would always say, look, you get up in the morning, electricity is on, the newspaper's at the front door. If you subscribe to a newspaper, a lot more back then than now. And coffee's ready, and you head out for your day. Maybe golf course, maybe tennis, maybe whatever you're going to do. You're home late afternoon, out to dinner or barbecue. I mean, majority of people that I see in Publix or Aldi's or wherever, they're happy.
I didn't mean to imply, by the way, that people are doing a bad job running the city or the county. In fact, quite the contrary.
You did not say that.
I want.
But I'm just.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, in general, I think we have a happy population.
I think you're right, and my take on it is the county commission is doing a bang up job. The Collier County Public Schools are doing a bang-up job. Sheriff Kevin Rambosk, who's one of the biggest, he has the biggest part of the county budget, is doing a bang-up job.
Yeah. So, here we are talking, on the show, and generally speaking, if you said the overall is a plus.
It is a giant plus.
I'm sure you would know better than anybody, being in the radio TV business for ever and ever, that there must be cities across this United States that that are just dreadful, that are having all kinds of issues.
Well,
and
I
they
can
don't
give you an
have answers.
example of my original hometown, Flint, Michigan. There's the
Right.
poster child for how not to run a city.
Yeah. Well, so we are blessed.
We are.
But we won't run out of things to say when we're on the show, will we?
Well, no, in fact, we didn't even get to the topic that we were going to talk about today.
No.
Which I promise you we will do next Friday. Can you be on every Friday with me?
That's fine. Next Friday. But and we got to talk about Alice Sweetwater's, your sponsor, anyway.
I love talking about Alice's.
All right.
As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about her in just a second here before we play the impossible question.
Okay.
Bill, always a pleasure. Thank you very much. I just found out from my wife that my refrigerator just died.
Oh, geez. Goodbye, Dave.
I don't know. I guess I'm going to be shopping for a new fridge this afternoon.
Yeah, maybe, or you might get it fixed. Well, good luck, and regards to the bride. Speak to you next week.
Thank you, Bill. Bill Barnett, the
Bye-bye.
former mayor of the city of Naples. Always a pleasure to have him. I've known Bill so many years. I'll tell you how long I've known Bill. I've been here since 94, so that's 32 years. And when I came here, the current sheriff, Kevin Rambosk, was actually the assistant city manager in the city of Naples. That's how far back I go. All right. Impossible question coming up. But first, some messages.
You've got Dave Elliott.
And a minute out for Alice Sweetwater's. You know, it's sizzling summer out there. You can tell just by looking at the steam on the windows in the morning. But Alice Sweetwater's has summer sizzling lunch specials just for you every day from 11 to 4. Mondays, the Smash Burger Beach Break for $12. Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday for $12. Wednesday, the Dockside Duo, which is my favorite. 3 chicken fingers, 3 fried shrimp served with golden fries, $12. And Thursday, the classic French dip. You'll love it. Don't forget Fridays, the local catch lunch. And don't forget Alice Sweetwater's for dinner and snacks and everything in between. It's Alice Sweetwater's, my favorite place to eat, and yours too, I'm sure, at the corner of Glades Boulevard and Airport Road, diagonally across from the East Naples Home Depot. Alice Sweetwater's, where they serve crabs, shrimps, and big people.
Hello, this is Melissa Blazier, your Collier County Supervisor of Elections, with an important message about the primary election. All vote-by-mail ballot requests from previous years have expired, and voters who wish to vote by mail in 2026 must renew their request. The deadline to request a ballot for this upcoming election is 5 p.m. on August 6th. Please visit colliervotes.gov or call 239-252-8683, 239-252-8683 to request your ballot today.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
The impossible question on the Dave Elliott Show.
All right, we're going to play the impossible question, and I'm going to give you a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to Alice Sweetwater's on Airport Road at Glades Boulevard, diagonally across from the East Naples Home Depot. Tonight, after 5 o'clock, you got to try the baked stuffed grouper. It's the best fish dish in the state of Florida, and it's only available at Alice Sweetwater's. I want you to know that this impossible question will also be posted on Instagram. So if you missed it today, you can go to Instagram and see me in all my glory outside on the lanai talking about the show today. Speaking of which, coming up on the show on Monday, another Naples former city councilman, Johnny Nocera, Dr. Johnny, the doctor of car care, will be here with us. And we're also going to be talking with John Marshall, the record guy, with top pieces of vinyl for August that you might have in your collection that could be worth a lot of dough. And I'll be asking you to, on Instagram, let us know what albums you want me to ask him about, and I will ask him about it. But in the meantime, it's time to play the IQ for today. And, of course, you can text us your answer. The first texter with the correct answer wins the $25 gift certificate to Alice Sweetwater. So here is today's impossible question. When it comes to remembering this, women are better at it than men. When it comes to remembering this, women are better at it than men. Send me a text, put your first name in the text, and then give me the answer. You can say Bob and then the answer, or whatever your first name is. When it comes to remembering this, women are better at it than men. 305-699-2665. 305-699-2665. What are women better at remembering than men? And I can't believe that my sister-in-law actually got it right out of the barrel. I wish I could award her the prize, but because she's related to me, I can't do it. Her sister just came in and said, no, that's not fair. Bobby G said facial recognition. Sorry, that's not it, Bobby. Try again. 305-699-2665. Women are better at remembering this than men. What do you think the answer is? 305-699-2665. So far, we've had one correct answer, but she's ineligible to win as much as I would love. I'll take her to Alice's for lunch sometime. Bobby G said facial recognition. What is your guess? If we don't get an answer this morning, I will post the question on Instagram and reveal the answer on Monday. That's how we'll do it. And I just got a funny emoji from my sister-in-law. Again, when it comes to remembering this, women are better at it than men. What is it? 305-699-2665. Send me a text with your first name and the answer. And if you're right, you win. Bob says birthdays or anniversaries. Nope. Sorry, that's not it, Bob. Not it at all. But, let me give you the buzzer. You deserve the buzzer. By the way, you will also be named the smartest person in town if you happen to call me with the answer. I'm going to give it another minute here at 305-699-2665. Send me a text with your first name and the answer. And if we don't get a winner, I'll post it on Instagram at the Dave Elliott Show Instagram reel. You'll see it there, me talking about it, and we'll go from there. 305-699-2665. Keep texting me. I'm going to read a list of some birthdays of famous people that are happening here, but I will get to your answers as they come in. Michael Biehn, the actor from Terminator and Aliens, is 70, along with Ernie Dingo, another actor from Crocodile Dundee. Dirk Blocker, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Baba Black Sheep, 69. He happens to be the son of Dan Blocker, who was Hoss on Bonanza. Rob says women remember words and conversations better than men. Sorry, Rob. That is not correct. But try again. Everybody can try again. You don't have to try just one time. Mark Cuban, former owner of the Dallas Mavericks and the investor guy on Shark Tank, formerly, is 68. Paul Provenza, 69. Wesley Snipes, the actor, 64. Cassie Davis is 62. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter author, 61. Dean Cain, he no longer looks like Superman. He's 60. Eve Best is 55. I'm going to skip around a little bit here. B.J. Novak, who appeared on The Office, is 47. Jessica Williams, actress, comedian, 37. And Rico Rodriguez, he played the kid, the kid that was the son of Ed, what's his name, and Sofia Vergara on Modern Family. All right, one more opportunity for you to weigh in on our impossible question today. Women are better at remembering this than men. What is it? 305-699-2665. Bob says where things in the house are located. Sorry, Bob. That's not it. I'll post the question on Instagram. You can go there and try to guess and put your answer down. And if you're right, I'll still declare you the winner. But this time you'll win on Instagram instead of right here on the show. How's that for a little cross-promotion, huh? Have you heard about Tony Romo? Marco says, by the way, birthdays. Sorry, Marco, that's not correct either. Let me give you the buzzer just because I can here, if I can push the button. There we go. Tony Romo gave last week's field sobriety test all he had, according to newly released body cam footage. Unfortunately for Romo, it wasn't enough, at least for now. The former NFL quarterback was arrested last week following a golf tournament in Wisconsin and charged with an OWI, operating while intoxicated. Romo was initially pulled over for unsafe passing on a Milwaukee highway, told the officer he was coming from a golf course, and insisted that he had consumed 0 drinks before asking to call his attorney. When asked to step out of the vehicle, the current NFL CBS analyst responded, quote, "Because I'm coming from a golf course. You think I'm drunk?" Spicy. But here's where the thing really cranks up. Police then detained Romo and transported him to a nearby station to conduct field sobriety tests, which frankly look like the hardest tasks in the world to complete, much less pass. Romo apparently did not pass them, given that he was cuffed and detained shortly after, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. He said, "Sorry, 2 back surgeries. I need to stand here," he said before limbering up in a parking garage last week. And there he is, getting down, holding onto the hood of the car, doing glute stretches to try to get himself in shape. Christine, by the way, weighing in on our impossible question, says, "Women remember more better than men what you need from the grocery store." Sorry, Christine, that is not it. And here's your buzzer. Amazing. Footage later showed Romo, after performing the tests, which included the standard pull one foot in front of the other and walk in a straight line. He appeared to do it just fine, but that wasn't the case. "Did I pass this test?" he asked at one point before getting cuffed. "No, I didn't, huh?" So it just did not go well for him at all. And in fact, if you see him, his hair is all disheveled. He doesn't look like a guy that didn't have a drink or two. I'm not saying he's guilty. I wasn't there. I don't know the evidence, but appearances were that maybe they had a good reason to stop him. And speaking of celebrity news, Grey's Anatomy fans are still not over Dr. Christina Yang's exit. In a July 28th episode of Jesse Tyler Ferguson's Dinner on Me podcast, we love podcasts. Oh, wait a minute, we are a podcast. Sandra Oh explained that when she came to the decision to leave the medical drama she had starred on for a decade, it wasn't easy. She went on to star in, Killing Eve, a great series. She's now 55. She revealed that at the end of either season 8 or 9, she had spoken with series creator Shonda Rhimes about whether she would keep playing Dr. Christina Yang. She said, she took me aside because we were all renegotiating, and she goes, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Let me think about it." And I really, really, really thought about it, she said, and it was like I felt very much like I did my job. I created a full character. I feel I grew the character over 10 years where it's believable growth. Well, while major characters were abruptly written off when an actor left the show, she explained that she had the privilege of working with Rhimes to plan a perfect exit. So through season 10, Yang comes close to her dream of winning the prestigious Harper Avery Award, undergoes a painful end to her season-long relationship with Owen Hunt, becomes the director of cardiothoracic surgery of an innovative research center in Switzerland, and shares a heartfelt goodbye to her soulmate Meredith Grey. She said the privilege was to actually plan an exit and all the writers to be able to plan these to support that. And I know that's extremely rare to have, so it was a real, real gift, she said. Is she going to come back? Well, she has repeatedly dismissed plans to return, even as a guest star, though she'll never stop being asked about it. So she says no, but, no never doesn't really mean no in Hollywood. Or in boxing, have you ever noticed the number of boxers that retire over and over and over again? Yeah, there's a number of those people. Sandra Oh. I loved her in Killing Eve. Still looking for a winner to our impossible question. When it comes to remembering this, women are better at it than men. And somebody wants to know, where are Chelsea and Bill today? From area code 616. All I can tell you, up there in Michigan, or if you're not in Michigan, you're from Michigan, is that Chelsea and Bill were on between 7 and 8 this morning, so I'm sorry if you missed them. I apologize. They will be joining us every day, every Friday, from 7 to 8. So you're either going to have to get up a little earlier, or better yet, when we're finished with today's show, go to YouTube and check them out. I recommend that highly. Speaking of which, before we call it a day here, I have to go see about getting a replacement refrigerator, I just learned. Join us every Monday through Friday on YouTube. Go to daveontheair.com, click the link that says Listen Live, and you'll go right to our YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it, because we rely on you for that, and it helps us to stay on the beam, as it were. Monday on the show, we'll be talking with the doctor of car care, the former Naples City Councilman and owner of Supreme Auto, Dr. Johnny Nocera. John Marshall, the record guy, will be here to tell you what vinyl you may have in your collection that could be worth a bunch of dough. And if you want to ask him a question, you can send me a text at 305-699-2665, or you can put a comment on my Instagram reel as to what you'd like John Marshall, the record guy, to ask about, and I'll relay that question. If you have an album that you've had forever and it's maybe in really good shape, or maybe never been out of the vinyl, you can ask him about that. Tuesday next week, we'll be joined by Tim Ayton. Our buddy Reg Buxton will be with us on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to talk with our good friend from the north end of I-75, Kathy Dugan. My buddy Dave Wasson, who has his own podcast called Mike Check Sports, which drops this morning, will be here with a high school football preview. And then next Friday, we'll be joined by Chelsea and Bobby and the former mayor, Bill Barnett, once again. So we got a good lineup for you again next week, and we'll throw in a few surprises along the way. I'm still working on some guests that haven't committed yet. Jim Watkins will be with us next week as well. So thank you very much for your time and attention. I can't tell you how good it's been to be with you this morning, except to say that I liked it so much, I'm going to take a weekend off and come back and do the whole thing again on Monday. That's a wrap. Have a great weekend. Stay cool and be cool. We'll see you Monday.